Okay, I've been harping on this moon thing because it's been eating at me. It's so weird looking. I know at first I was thinking that it was a Mandela effect, but now I think it's something else thanks to a thought that popped into my head after I made that second moon clip. The reason I don't believe it's a Mandela effect is because we all know that Mandela effect is not known to make changes on the same thing so often. Also, the dead giveaway is that the old images on the internet is unchanged. A few of you probably saying it's a blue beam projection. That's very possible, but I'm not completely sold on that. I don't think they can risk using blue beam every night. The moon appears to be wobbling, but could it be the Earth that's wobbling as well? Not the traditional wobble, a new wobble. There's a lot of talk that the planet is going through a pole shift. That may very well be the case too. The sun is not rising and setting where it should. It's not 100% east and west. But for me, I know it's changed. The reason I could tell is because I have a garden in my backyard that I've been working on for a few years now. I set that garden's location where the sun rises. This year it's not rising in that spot anymore. It's off by a lot. Now, if the poles are slowly shifting where the planet flips 180 degrees, wouldn't that mean that the sun will eventually rise in the west and set in the east? Will the moon remain locked in its position, or will the Earth have an effect on that? Are the other planets going through a pole shift? No one really knows for sure. If they do, they're not telling us. If the poles are shifting, shouldn't some parts of the world be getting colder? But instead the whole planet is getting warmer, hence the global warming hype. Okay, this thought that popped in my head. What if the Earth is out of its natural orbit? This would explain so much of what's going on. The Schumann resonance, the stars being slightly off, some planets are awfully brighter than normal, these odd moon positionings. Volcanoes erupting all over the world. People are extra moody because everything is off. Southern hospitality used to be a thing here. That shit is gone. These mysterious booms, these strange solar eclipses that crosses the US twice within 7 years. The one last year in 2017 that was exclusive only to US soil, which hasn't happened since 1257. Thankfully the planet is still in its Goldilocks zone, but it's getting hotter and hotter every year. Could the planet have been pulled slightly closer to the sun? But what could be pulling it? There's the rumor that this planet X or Nibiru is approaching, which may be causing all this mess. This rogue planet that orbits our sun every 3,600 years or so, no one really knows for sure. 3,600. Evilly divisible by. Never mind. You know what I think? I think this planet X is already here. Think about it. The constant distraction to keep people from looking at the skies. And chemtrails for those who do. If you don't know by now, chemtrails always follows the sun. It's rarely if ever sprayed at night except just before sunrise. Somehow they feel the sun can reveal what's out there. These planes even fly higher than commercial flights to cover the sun. Then you have the pushing of the flat earth agenda. Because while they keep trying to hide the skies, they can count on flat earthers always looking at the ground. One of flat earthers' favorite go-to videos is this one where they claim this rocket hit the dome. It got to the point where they just recently changed the name of the video from GoFast 2014 HD onboard cameras to GoFast rocket proves the earth is round. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to mention here is that all this talk about this space junk that's supposed to be surrounding the planet, where is it? Not even one. And this is coming from an independent group. But you can see the moon though. Anyway, we have these increase of asteroids and meteors. I don't think asteroids would precede a planet. Maybe, I don't know. But I know it would most likely follow a planet. This tugging of our planet from several gravitational directions is causing cracks all over the world. A little off topic, me and my youngest daughter was talking. We got onto the subject of these new buildings popping up all over the place, and she told me that they were building there in LA too. I also know that they were building in New York and in Miami. But here in Atlanta, these buildings are popping up like mushrooms. Most of these buildings are no more than a year old. A lot of them are less than 6 months old, and they are still building more. Some are businesses and plenty are residential. But they seem to be building in a rush. It's like they're expecting a rush of people with money coming here soon, because these residential apartments are very pricey. We have a new football stadium and a baseball stadium. It's weird. I know it's something going on with these new buildings. I just can't put my finger on it yet. The last time they were building like this, it wasn't at this magnitude. But a couple of years after they filled the buildings, the market crashed. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but we are due for another one. But the point I bring this up, where are all these people they're expecting coming from? It's like they're expecting a massive displacement of people. Would that have anything to do with this Nibiru? It's only natural they're keeping this rogue planet hidden from the public, because if the people knew the possibilities of what's to come, it would be mass panic. That's not what they want. What they really want is for it to be too late to do anything when the time comes. They went through all this trouble building underground cities expecting the worst, and it may not even come to that at all. It's just going to be a rough and bumpy ride till this planet X completely passes. Now what they could be bracing for is a massive asteroid trailing behind this planet that we can't avoid. I can see that. Maybe those mysterious booms or meteors being shot down like the one in this clip. I must say, I'm not trying to say that this being out of orbit is what's actually happening, but what I am saying is that it all adds up. I wouldn't really worry about it though. If the planet is off, there's nothing we could do about it anyway. But if it's something else, I still wouldn't really start worrying until I start seeing corrupt politicians going for broke and they start playing the alien invasion card. Because once they push that card, that's a sure sign that we're being set up, and it's coming.
Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a Space Force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. We are going to have the Air Force and we are going to have the Space Force, separate but equal. It is going to be something.
But as long as you have control over and eliminate your fear, you'll be able to handle anything. Do not allow fear to control your life. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sharing your time with me. And take a good look at the moon.